going on, y'all? So today I'm giving y'all the 3 keys to peace. Every problem that you face in this life, you're going to have to encounter these 3 steps. 1, you're going to have to process. 2, you're going to have to make a choice. And 3, it will require some form of action. Straightforward, right? Now, the only difference between the saved and unsaved is how we encounter these problems and how we encounter these steps. I'm going to be using Jesus' disciples as my basis. Per usual, the disciples are traveling by boat to reach the next destination. Jesus is also with them on this boat, but he is sound asleep. A storm breaks out. The wind and waves are crashing against the boat. It begins to thunder and lightning. The disciples go in panic. They go wake up Jesus and they say, "Lord, we're about to drown." Here's where the lesson begins. Let's pay attention to how Jesus reacts. First thing he says, "Why are you afraid?" Remember, I told you step 1 is processing. Jesus has already processed the problem, totally different than the disciples. He says, "Why are you afraid?" Meaning, at step 1 in the process as a believer, we need to separate anxiety and fear from our problem. We have to do this because step 1 affects step 2. Step 2, Jesus then says, "Why do you have so little faith?" Meaning that step 2, you need to make the choice. You need to make the choice that you're going to operate in faith. You may say, how do I choose faith? Well, I'm going to choose God's account over my own. Instead of worrying and losing my mind, I'm going to come into agreement with God's account. And naturally, this is going to lead me to my step 3. I'm going to have to make a decision. So what does this decision look like? Just like Jesus, I'm going to take my authority and trust in God, and I'm going to rebuke the wind and waves until the storm stops. Therefore, let's put it all together. I have separated myself from anxiety and fear. I have chose faith, and I have acted on that faith by rebuking the enemy until the storm has stopped. I am now in position to receive God's peace. Whatever I bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. Whatever I loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. I loose the peace of God over my mind.